Welcome to Daily Life Connection as we continue to explore the character of God and allow that to change how we experience Him and how we live our lives. We've been spending several days in Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 to 27, the great blessing that God told Moses to tell Aaron to speak on the people. And in verse 27, he says, "They shall put my name on the people, and I will bless them." Today, I want to talk a little bit about distracted driving. You might say, what's that have to do with the blessing of God on our lives? Well, let me put it this way. I teach the motorcycle training course, and one of the things that we emphasize so strongly in the classroom teaching that we do is you must be very alert to all that's going on around you. We tell them never ride on autopilot, and that's good advice for any vehicle that we drive. Don't drive on autopilot. Be aware. Today in the news, there's so much about distracted driving. People paying attention to things that aren't critical to well-being at the moment. Someone's answering a text about what they're going to have for supper tonight, when they need to see that vehicle that's turning across their path in front of them that could take their life at that moment. Distracted driving. I think part of what God is, excuse me, one of the reasons that God says to Aaron as the priest, as a spiritual leader, as my representative, speak these blessings to people. Call their attention back to this, because sometimes they're distracted drivers. Now, yeah, in that day they were driving their donkeys and camels, but in our day we're driving our vehicles. But the principle is the same. They could become so focused on their daily needs for water and food and shelter, and if a child's sick or whatever, they get so focused on the heat of the day and the sand that's in their gets in their sandals and or in their bedding, and they could get so focused on the everyday necessities and cares of life that they weren't focused on the blessings of God. Now, yes, God will bless us even when we're not focused on Him, but I think many times we miss the grace and the shining face of God and the peace and the attention He's giving to us, His protection around about us, because we get so focused on things that aren't critical. It's that old saying that we the tyranny of the urgent rather than than paying attention to the things that are necessary. And I think this is calling us back to saying, we need to make sure we take time regularly, maybe once a day, maybe hopefully many times through the day, to draw our attention, our hearts and minds, back to the blessings of God in our lives. I am convinced. I've heard people say, I have done it. I was driving the other day and I suddenly realized I'm almost home. I don't remember going by that place of business. I was on autopilot. Or someone will say, "Wow, did you see the deer? The deer standing out in that field?" Never even noticed. Here it is. Was the deer there? Yes, it was. Did I experience the joy of seeing that deer out in the field? No, because I wasn't paying attention. So this verse is saying He's the God who wants us to give our attention to His blessings, to who He is, to recalibrate throughout the day, to recall our focus. I was driving my bike the other day, going out along the ocean, and it was really beautiful and so on, but I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about a situation, and suddenly I realized, Reed, you're riding on autopilot. This is dangerous. You're not paying attention to the road, to the traffic, to the scenery. I mean, this ride that I ride on, it is so incredible from here out to Porter's Lake, out along the ocean. And you come around a curve, and there's the gorgeous blue ocean, and you come around another curve, and you see the ships out on the ocean, and it's incredible. But you know, if you ride on autopilot, you can go that whole ride and go, yeah, that was good. Or you can ride and go, oh wow, did you see the color of that blue in that bay that we just went by? Did you see how the sun was sparkling on that water? All of a sudden, it was always there, but I'm experiencing it at a deeper, enriched level. Does that make sense to us? I think this is part of what, when Moses says to Aaron, speak these blessings on the people, so that it turns their attention to it, so that they see the sparkle in God's eye, so they see the color of his love, it enriches them daily. I'm convinced of that as we take that time to focus on him, to meditate, to just think about who God is, that we experience him in a greater, more blazingly alive, richer, deeper, fuller level. That makes sense to us today? I believe it does. And I know that it's true for all of us in all of our lives. So let's just take some time today to really pay attention to the sparkle of God's love that's all around us, to the goodness of his graciousness and his mercy and his compassion and his care and his smile of approval toward us. Let's just take some time today to really focus on that. And tomorrow, we'll talk again.